How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. It should be a pretty quick one. I guess this is an addition to my video I uploaded last night explaining and ranking every domain expansion because, well, this is a domain expansion that I completely forgot about, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of other people forgot about it. At least the fact of it being a domain expansion. I remember this part in the manga. I completely forgot that when this smallpox deity, special grade curse spirit, showed up, that it used its technique and Mei goes, a domain expansion? Yeah, she said that, and it is, I guess, classified as a domain expansion. It doesn't really feel like as grandiose and as threatening or important as a lot of other domain expansions, but I have a feeling that is because this was the first time we had ever seen this curse, and it just randomly threw it out, and we didn't get this whole big scene of it doing some hand sign and saying domain expansion, and then the name of the domain expansion popping up and us getting this big ol' awesome panel. It didn't feel like any other domain expansion in the series. But that's what Mei called it, and Mei is a reliable source when it comes to Jujutsu information. It's special grade. Gojo is the only person to ever survive a hit from her curse technique. She's up there, despite her strange, yeah, that's a good word for it, strange relationship with her little brother. She's up there in the Jujutsu world. So it is reliable information. But yeah, it's weird. So anyway, it is, I guess I'm just going to call it the grave domain expansion. That's the only word we really ever see pop up when it's using any of this stuff. But as you can see up here, this is a perfect, nice little diagram, does the job for me, and it explains it itself. When it uses a domain expansion, it'll trap the person in a coffin, it will then drop a gravestone on top of them, slamming them into the ground, and then it will start a 3 count. If it gets done with a 3 count before you are able to escape, you will be infected with the disease, probably smallpox if it's the smallpox deity. I don't know if that's just a translation thing or what, but anyway, doesn't matter. It would be weird if it's smallpox. Smallpox doesn't just like infect you and then you instantly just die. That is some like crazy anthrax multiplied on top of smallpox plus cyanide on the side and like a dash of, I don't know, dark matter, something. I don't know. This is a crazy disease. So yeah, that's really all that happens in the domain expansion. Mei got trapped in the coffin multiple times. This is back in chapters 101 and 102. So it might just be because it's a special grade curse spirit that isn't on the same level as some of the others that we've seen, or anybody that we've seen use a domain expansion. So it's just a lot easier to counteract. But that's kind of another reason I didn't remember it being a domain expansion, is it didn't seem anywhere near as threatening. Yes, Mei is incredibly powerful, but to fight against a domain expansion with no domain expansion is normally an insanely difficult task. And it really didn't feel like it was on that level. I think it's funny because in my video last night explaining every domain, I mentioned how in the manga, or at least in the Viz translation, Megumi's first time using Chimera Shadow Garden against the Finger Bearer, he says area expansion. He does not say domain expansion. Later on, in the Shibuya incident, when he uses Chimera Shadow Garden, he does say domain expansion. There is a difference in what he says. So his incomplete version against the Finger Bearer was just considered an area domain. I kind of feel like it would have felt a little better and felt a little more fitting if the smallpox deity's grave technique, I don't know what to call it, if that technique was considered an area expansion and was an incomplete domain, I feel like that would feel a little more fitting. Like it would feel like it's in a better group. Because, yeah, it doesn't feel like it can really compete with other domain expansions. Just kind of doesn't. But still an interesting idea. I like the whole trapping in the coffin, buried by a gravestone, countdown to like, I like the concept. I like the idea. But, yeah, I don't think I'm the only person that's going to forget that that was a domain expansion. It also never said domain expansion. The only person that ever said it was Mei, a person that was getting hit by the technique, not using it. So yeah, this is a strange one, but I feel like I should throw it here because, well, the only mention of the technique was calling it a domain expansion. So yeah, there we are. There we go. Pretty quick one. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.